All right. Let's make sure the broadcast is live. All right. Settings here,
Let's
right?
make sure the broadcast is live.
All right. Okay, I think we're good there. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the ACRL. We are here at the, once again, beautifully sunny Spa. This is round 4 for our 10 race championship. We follow along with the EU Pro guys as normally, so we got about 22 minutes left here. Coming around, we're just gonna start seeing our first through the laps here, see what we're all up to. We see our first times coming onto the board. So everyone will probably be starting their flying laps as we speak. So give them time to run another lap here. Total of 20 corners on this track, so it's going to be another rough one for a lot of people. It's foggy, hard to see. That damn weather. Oh, we already have one spin. That's interesting to see. Like I said, the weather here in Belgium is pretty terrible. Like it normally is. Hate me if you want, I'm just kidding. I'm not from Belgium. I have no idea what the weather's like there normally. Full field today, 23 people I think is what the final numbers were. Right now we're on board with Albert. On his laps. Coming around turn 12, and woof, spins everywhere. Cold track, poor conditions, nobody's been happy. Open wheel race yesterday, everyone was complaining about the just general feel of the track. Everybody's gonna have a bit of a rough time this week. Good. Chat seems to be working. Oh, once again, our first flying laps are coming into the board once again. We've got B. Boma up in front with a 2:19. Oh my goodness, is that what I think it is? Is that the German? Is the German actually set a lap time? This is unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna have to see what he's doing here because him and that I think I'm turning Japanese Skyline past 3 races has decided, qualifying's for a bunch of jerks and I don't feel like doing it. So the fact that he's setting lap times in qualifying is unprecedented. Probably also doesn't help that until 20 minutes before the race started, he said, I'm not doing this. And then he decided to do it. What a pansy. Man, he's just like a waffle, I swear. He just flip-flops all over the place. Either way, congrats. We'll follow along with Tomas here. Where is he on the track? (15, 16 here. Coming 17 and 18. Wide coming in 18. Hard on the brakes. 19 and 20. Oh, nope, into the pits he goes. So we're going to move on to someone else. Albert Sultan in second place. He's just coming around final two turns. Let's see what kind of lap times he's putting down. .5, so 4 seconds off of 4/10 of a second off of place. Follow along now with Nicky Jakovic. 80s. He's doing his flying lap right now. Jump on board with him. Coming to the final couple corners here. What kind of time he's going to put down. Comes all the way up to first place with a 2:18.7. So right now, Nicky Jakovic, our pole sitter. Almost halfway through qualifying now. Got a little, give or take. Oof, that was a big cut there. I don't know. That may be something we might have to look at, because that's an awfully blatant cut. That's 2 giant blatant cuts. All right then. Interesting to say the least. Well, we're gonna sit by and see what happens here, because that's not exactly cool. Let's see what he does here. Oh, no, he's going in for an lap. All right, so as long as you're not qualifying, I guess that's all right. That was, Anyway. Moving on. He's still out front with an 18.7. On a few corners here following Nicky. This is his out lap, so we'll follow him on his flying out as well. Sorry for the delay, folks. About 10 minutes left here in qualifying. And we have a new pole sitter, Haney, with a 218.4. The Ferraris are definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with here. Going to be interesting, to say the least, only from the standpoint of definitely have the speed advantage over some of the cars. McLaren's definitely going to have another one you have to watch. It's going to have its performance in the corners, but it's definitely not going to do well in speed-wise this time around. So sitting with our pole sitter right now. Up on board here. Coming into 15 and 16. As stated before, visibility here is quite poor, even with mild fog. The Belgian weather is terrible. last 2 races have been pretty gloomy overall and not been fun. Also caused problems in general with some traction. People can't get enough heat in the tires. For people in chat, yes, we have 1 person driving the Nissan. That would be Razorchild, who's sitting in the pits. He set his own lap time. He's just kind of being derpy and just hanging out. We'll go take a look at him here. There's the beautiful bastard. Oh, flying around here. Can't see that. There you go. His little. I'm turning Japanese. So, 1 Nissan on the board. I also think we have at least 1 BMW. The entire field is made up of Ferraris and McLarens this season, and 3 Mercedes. So, pretty split field, 50-50 just about. Interesting to say the least. Rubagello's in the pits. Nicky's out there. So, about 7 minutes left in qualifying. Some people are just trying to finish up the last few laps that they can get out of here. Right now, we're with Albert Sultan. Putting down some laps here. 11. Into 12. So far, been a relatively uneventful qualifying. Not a whole lot of action, but changing of positions here and there. Albert Sultan dropping down to 6th. Renz takes over 5th place as far as qualifying goes. So right now our top pole sitter is still Haney, followed by Nicky, followed by Tony Rubagello, and Boma. And Renz is your top 5 currently. PTO Fire making way or screwing up. Doesn't really, I'm not sure. Could be either or, honestly. 4 minutes left to go in qualifying. He's still out there. Jump on board. right along board with Albert right now coming in. I don't know if he's doing a flying lap or an in lap. We'll see what he does. It looks like he's going to go for trying to put down another lap time, so let's see what kind of lap time he's going to put down. Right now he's a 1:19.2. Doesn't look like it's changed, so obviously wasn't fast enough. Yep. Looks like he's headed into his in-lap. Goofing off right now. I'm back here. Boma pulling into the pits, takes top position at 2:18.0. That is a fast lap here, especially in these conditions. Looks like Boma's done. And he's still out getting those last final practice laps in. They're trying to get as much practice in as they can. Definitely going to be an interesting race this week. We have Vaffel here. Moving up to 21st and the only BMW on the field. Look out, it's the Fuzz. The Polizia. Polizzi? I can't say it. Is it Italian? I don't know what it is. Either way, I can't pronounce it. I am not cultured enough. So with 1:15 here go left in qualifying, I think we can pretty much say our grid is locked in. First place we have B. Boma as a pole sitter. Second place is Haney. Third is Nicky. Fourth, Tony Rubagello. And fifth place is Albert. With that being said, we'll be having the full race underway here, and give or take 3 to 4 minutes. In the meantime, I think be sure to tune in later tonight for the NA race here at Spa. NA Pro should be a fun time. Should be had by all. In fact, if you're interested, we could show you a small snippet of the race we had a couple during practice this week. We definitely had an interesting turn of events. So if you want, we can take a look at that here. Give me a moment. So as you can see, NA is going to be entertaining. So if you'd like to come by and check it out, be sure to tune in later, because it's going to be hysterical. And with that, qualifying appears to have come to an end. Doesn't look like our top 5 has changed at all. B. Boma still takes first, Haney in second. Third place is Nicky. Fourth place, Tony Rubagello. Fifth place is Renz. That'll be it for qualifying. A few other people Someone's out of fuel. It looks like petrol. Petrol ran out of fuel. XO8's out of fuel. A lot of people seem to have run out of fuel this race, which is interesting to say the least. Maybe Renz is also out of fuel. Oh, maybe Albert is. Interesting enough to see a number of people having fuel problems. And with that, we're gonna get the race underway. So, that being said, our lineup is as follows. We got B. Boma taking our pole position. Second place, Haney. Ooh, I should really... Camera. There we go, that's a little... So, alright, first place, Boma. Second place, Haney. Third place, we got Nikki. Fourth place, we have Tony. Fifth place, we've got Renz. Sixth place, we have Albert. Seventh place, we have Phenom. Eighth place, Tobias. Ninth place, Anders. Rounding out the top 10 would be Rune. About a minute 30 until we get started. 11th place. Whoop. Someone just disappeared. I think it was Tobias. He's going to reconnect here. Hopefully he can get in on time. So anyway, where were we? 11th place is Tobias. 12th, Petrol. 13th, Monolith. 14th, Eco. 5th place, we've got XO8, and in 6th place, his teammate, Style. Next, we got El Gurke, followed by GTO Fire. Followed by Temi. Still can't get your name right. 20th is Robble. Followed by Razor Child. Baffle. And then yours truly, who will not be racing. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 30 seconds until the race start here. So we're going to head down to the first corner and watch the action, as there's guaranteed to be a bunch. Lights are counting down here. And they're off. So let's see what happens off the line. Coming into the first corner. Before everybody's coming through in nice and clean. No real bump and grind. To see that. And coming down the first set of corners here. 3, 4, and 5. Hard to see because of this fog, so it's hard to tell what's going on. 26 lap race here at Spa. GT3 EU Pro, round 4. The cars come through. Let's hopefully there's no incidents coming through these last few corners here. Up with the first place with Boma. Right on his tail. 10 and 11 here. Down into 12. Looks like Haney is actually taking first place. I'm mistaken. Haney is out in front. Got some action going on in the back here. Tony trying to get around Renz. People running wide there. Ooh, gets a little squirrely. It's like a three-way battle here for 5th place. We got Tony? Oof, Tony and Albert are definitely fighting it out there. Coming in the last and final breaking point. The end of the chicane. Ooh, we had a pass in the back there. Like, petrol. Overtakes. Tobias overtaking Monolith and Phenom. Phenom dropping back. Dumas taking charge. Looks like we got some more action going on in the back there. Oh, El Gurke's getting sideways, takes out Sile, unfortunately. And we have more incidents, and Razorchild into a, oof, that's unfortunate. 3 people, a 3 or 4 car incident. It looked as if GTO Fire got through that without any incident, so lucky for him. But that set a lot of people back going into that corner. 2 people are going to have a lot of damage to repair if they choose to do so when pitting. And Sile is, well, yeah, that just happened. So, yeah, take that for what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Jump back up front here. Boma's still trying to chase down Haney, but Haney looks to be continuing to pull the gap forward. Back here looks like Phenom making a move on Monolith. Is he going to get him? He does. Gets him around that corner. Coming into the final chicane here. His first 2 laps are always the most intense. Turn 1. Source. Looks like Monolith was... Room was trying to make a move on Monolith. Didn't exactly get around him the way he needed to. On board now with Monolith. Oh, looks like we got a car that's out. Not sure who that is. Who is that? Looks like it might be... Sultan's Racing. It's Sile. Sile looked like he went back to the pits. No, it wasn't McSultan's Racing. It was... Ooh, was that Albert? Yes, it was Albert. Albert looks like he spun. Moved back into down to 17th place, unfortunately. He's going to take some time to catch those positions back up. He dropped from 6th down to 17th, so that's unfortunate for him. Definitely a major setback. Haney still out front. Once again, still pulling away with that lead. Followed closely, though. Only about a 1.5 second gap is Boma. 3rd place is Nicky. Only about 3 seconds behind our race leader. Fall on Monolith. Right behind him is Runes. Desperately trying to catch him. Once again, coming to the chicane. We're already 3 laps into this race, ladies and gentlemen. Hard on the brakes. This is probably not going to be any time to catch him, but he did make up some ground in that chicane, so we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, we have Tomas trying to make a move on Phenom here. Looks like he's got the draft on him. We'll see if we can make anything of it coming into these couple corners. Rodillion. It'll be a true test of power coming down this straightaway. Oh, they are evenly matched, even with the Ferrari having the draft on that Mercedes. The Mercedes definitely has a little bit more power. Turn 10. Moss still trying to find an opening to get around Phenom. Definitely has the cornering advantage, it seems. Oh, turn 12. Good to know, Itchy King. Fortunately, I don't speak Estonia, or whatever you guys speak there, unfortunately, so I apologize. You can blame me for that one. See what else is going on. Still, the closest battle it seems that we have right now is between Phenom and Tomas. It looks like there might be something going on in the back with GTO fire. Well, appears that GTO is currently trying to chase after said police car. Whether or not it is possible is kind of up in the air, but it looks like that BMW is definitely pulling away, coming across the line here. So 4 laps into this race. Got back up to first place. Haney, and a commanding lady, has now upped his lead to 3 seconds. We're going to jump back here to Phenom and Tomas because, again, that seems to be our closest battle right now. It looks like we might have something going on behind them. Monolith and Runes is also very close to each other. Well, it looks like Monolith, it might be pulling away here from Rune. We want to jump back here to Nico and XO8. XO8 looks like he's going to try and make a move here, gaining on Nico. Jump on board with him. XO8 right on the tail of Nico there. into the braking zone. That Ferrari definitely has a speed advantage down the straightaways, but the McLaren might have the draft here. XO8 gets a little sideways, unfortunately. Gonna lose whatever position he had. So going into turn 1, the source. It looks like we have some action going on in front of them. Monolith caught up to, I'm sorry, Runes is caught up to Monolith. Going through these corners. Monolith right on his tail. Monolith looking to make a move on the outside. Is he gonna get it? Oh, they're both side by side going into the braking zone. Let's see what happens here. Looks like Runes gets around Monolith going through turns 7 and 8. Very clean driving by both. The draft definitely helped him with that one. Able to slingshot past and get around him on that very long straightaway, the Kemmel Straight. Oh, and unfortunately it looks like Monolith has spun, which then in turn potentially took out his partner. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Gurke was taken out as well, all the way back to 22nd place. Moving back up, we're at 4th place. A battle for 4th between Renz and Tony. On board now with Renz, looking behind. Like Renz is pulling away from Tony coming into the source here. Itchy King, for what you're wondering, the best lap times we had, our top qualifier was 2 minutes and 2:18 was our top qualifier. Unfortunately, with this layout, I cannot see lap times, but that's the best I can give you right now. I think Renz is still fending off Tony, but Tony might be able to bring up his catch up through his turn section, because it appears that he has the better cornering ability, but loses it in the straightaway. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. Looks like there's another battle going on between... Oh, we got a three-way here. It's Petrol, Phenom, and Tumas. Tumas trying to get around Petrol. Petrol, one's wide. Petrol opting for Mercedes, and Tumas right on his tail. Right in front of him. Oop, wrong button. Right in front of him is Phenom, but Phenom seems to have a better cornering ability. Right now, it seems like it's a battle for 7th place between Petrol and Tumas. Grass feed, this is an open league. Anybody is welcome to join. However, this pro league for the EU series is closed, as it is a very competitive league, so we only allow some of the top drivers, and so we have a set list for EU Pro. However, we do have an EU Pro-Am and Am leagues which you can join. And Wayne Kerr is giving you all the details you will need. Thank you, Wayne. The source. Dumas still trying to get around Petrol somehow. Petrol doing a good job fending him off. And it looks as if Phenom is running away with it. Petrol, blatant cut there. That's going to cost him if he does too many of those. And it looks like up front, Tony Rubagello was able to get around Renz, so we didn't catch that, unfortunately, but that did happen. And back here, looks like Dumas still trying to make a move here on Petrol. Going for the inside. They're side by side. Petrol running wide. That's probably going to cost him. But Petrol able to get in front of him, maybe with just a pure power. Going into turn 10. Right behind Dumas is Rune. Getting a little sideways there, it seemed. We have a three-way battle for 7th place right now. Petrol, followed by Dumas, followed by Runes. Oh, Dumas getting sideways, getting real squirrely, losing his position. Bumps Rune, and Petrol seems to get away scot-free. Now it's going to be a battle between Rune and Dumas. Wayne, as far as your question, I do not know if someone is playing the hard strategy. I think most people have learned that the medium strategy seems to be the most effective, but we will see. Now the battle we're going to focus on here is between Rune and Dumas. Rune looking to try and make a move on the outside. Dumas is going to go for it, going wide, unfortunately. Is it going to be the over-under? Probably not. Actually, we might have a pass here. Coming into the source. Let's see who's going to take it. Looks like Dumas. Going to take it through the source. But Runes is definitely going to have that draft advantage coming down the straightaway here. We're going to see how these two fare coming into this. And we have an incident. Dumas in the wall. That is unfortunate. Entering the track safely. Good job by all. See if there's any other battles on the track currently. Right now, this one actually is Nico and Rune. Oh, it's between Nico and Monolith here. That GTO fire. Oh wow, you got a four-way going on back here. And it's Anders. Okay, so it's Temi, Anders, GTO, and Monolith all battling for what looks to be 11th place. A bit of scrap here with all these Ferraris. Anders looking to make a move on the inside on GTO. Seems to be taking it right now, but is he going to run wide, letting GTO go fine? Nope, he's going to close the door on him. Lane there, looks like ooh, Anders running wide, letting GTO get by, but it looks like Temi's also getting sideways there, might lose his position. Yep, looks like Anders lost both his, two of his positions. Oof, man, GTO just getting shunted around. He's not getting hit, but he's definitely being, you know, very aggressive. Move trying to go on the outside here of Anders. And looks like we have an incident. Potentially GTO and Anders. This could turn nasty. The sportsmanlike thing looks like Anders giving GTO fire back his position. Anders trying to duck to the inside there. Got a few people starting to make a pits. Look like Tumos going into the pits. Ted Tumas in the pits currently. Not sure if he's just going to call it a day or if he's going to actually repair everything. Back up front here. BMW, we got, let's see here. We got Vaffel chasing down Robble. Coming through Kemmel Straight, hard on the brakes. Into 7, 8, and 9. Through turn 10. Looks like Vaffel trying to pull up, make a move on Robble, but Robble definitely has that pull out, the out corner speed. You can see him pulling away. But right now, our current board looks as follows. Haney out in first, followed by Bulma. Actually, Bulma caught up significantly, only 0.8 of a second, maybe about a second behind Haney. Third place is Nikki, followed by Tony, then Renz, Phenom, Petrol, Rune, Nico, Monolith, Hemi, Tumas, Robble, Vaffel, and GTO. That'll round out your point getters right now. Only 10 laps into this race. I'm gonna move back up front though because it looks like Haney and Tuma and Bulma definitely fighting it out. Not sure what happened. Haney must have had a mistake because last we checked he was a good few seconds in the lead. But it appears he's going to still be able to do that. He's definitely got that power in the Ferrari. We'll see. McLaren might be able to make up some ground in the corners. Bulma running wide. As you can see in the background, Nicky's not that far behind them. We're going to see whose pit strategy is going to pay off, who's going to pit first, and who's going to pit, you know, later. They may end up pitting at the same time. Bulma definitely gaining some ground in these corners. You can definitely tell that the McLaren definitely has superior cornering capabilities over the Ferrari, but that Ferrari definitely on this course has a distinct advantage when it comes to straight line speed. We'll be seeing if Bulma can get close enough on him to get a draft, but it may not be enough. Haney's definitely going to have to use that straight line speed to his advantage as much as he can. Into the braking zone. On board with Bulma. Let's see what they can do here. Bulma taking it easy. And hard on the throttle. Down the straightaway. A little source. Oof. That Ferrari just been able to take off through the source. Both drivers keep the car under control. No one appears to have pit. According to my chat logs here, Tumas did decide to actually continue racing. Good on him. Always like to see a fighter. Coming through the Dillion and Rube. Why does Belgium have to name these corners some crazy names? Just not right. That crazy one. Nah. Ooh, Bulma getting a little squirrely there. Andy trying to take advantage, pull away farther and farther. Still only a one second difference between the two. Come back to that. I'm going to jump back here. See what else is going on. There's a battle between Anders and Anders and GTO Fire. Looks like GTO Fire was able to overtake, but it looks like we have another battle here going on with Robble and Vaffel. Almost looked like a bit of an incident there. Alfa was bouncing about a little bit, but the BMW has overtaken the McLaren. Now the McLaren fighting back. Coming into the braking zone. McLaren retakes his position. GTO Fire still holding off Anders. Anders trying to find an opening. We have two battles, one right behind the other. I think the McLaren's going to start pulling away from that BMW. From the looks of it. Anders desperately trying to find some kind of hole or mistake from GTO Fire. I think Anders needs to get his brakes checked. They squeak a lot. Sounds like nails on a chalkboard. Not fun. Like Monolith goes for a pit. And Nicky also was in the pits. See what these guys are going to do here. GTO is going out for another lap as well as Anders. Nico making a move on no, who was that? On Runes, I'm sorry. Who is that? Renz. Nico made a move on Renz. Renz must have been in the pits. Rune's coming out of the pits. Looks like pit stops are now a happening. Pit stop without damage takes about 40 seconds, so anybody who's taking pits, you know, should be able to kind of... Battles should be able to come and go, but it looks like B. Bulma and Haney are once again neck and neck. We're going to see here, it doesn't look like either of them have actually taken a pit yet, so we're going to pay attention to this closely. A lot of people seem to be pitting. Bulma right on the tail. Look out, if you're interested, we will be doing a race on the Norskliff. But, oh, hold on. This just in. Looks like Bulma is taking his pit early, so Haney is going to take one more lap, and if not more, before he starts his pit stop. So this may be an advantage for Bulma. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how he takes it, but we're just going to sit there and let him run it. Look at, to answer your question, during the regular GT3 season, we do not have an actual race on the Norskliff, but we will have a GTE Endurance 2-hour race there. It will probably be, I'm not sure what, as far as cars go, usually the GTE series are something of a toss-up. The next GTE race that we will be doing will probably be with the new Dream Pack 2 cars, and we'll be making announcements about that on our forum. And like Wayne Kerr has been saying, is now a battle of in and out laps. So we'll be seeing some overtaking here and there. But like I said, Haney did one more lap more than Bulma. We're going to see if that strategy is going to pay off for Bulma, as I'm sure Haney is A, low on fuel, and B, his tires are definitely suffering. Looks like Phenom out of the pits. Nicky has dropped down to 5th. Right behind him is Petrol. Oh, looking up at the timing board, we're gonna jump back here to let's see, not a whole lot going on. GTO Fire coming out of the pits now. Wasn't a battle with Monolith, but GTO is gonna drop back. And right by him is Anders. So this battle between Anders and GTO Fire is still going. We're about halfway through this race now, so Andrew's trying to make some time up on it. Let's go. Hard to the brakes. And he's gaining into the braking zone, but it looks like, oh, he's running wide there, bouncing around. That's going to cost him time, unfortunately. Come back up here to second place. Looks like Nicky has caught Bulma. Nicky's going to attempt to move on the outside here, coming into the chicane. Ooh, Bulma getting a little sideways. Bulma's now taking his pit. Actually, that's interesting. I thought Bulma did pit. Bulma did pit. And he's back in the pits. This is an interesting development. Not sure what happened here. You know what? It might have been he forgot to do something like change tires or add fuel. Trust me, I'm not the only one who's had this happen, so that's unfortunately going to cost him. Oh, and that's also going to cost him an 11-second pit stop. Unfortunately, that's we still have our mandatory 15. So it's going to be what it's going to be. But Bulma, unfortunately, having three names there, I can't tell who's who. He's either in 5th or 6th place. Either way, Nicky takes over first place and now is going to chase down Haney. We're back here to 9th. Anders. There we go. The Fire's still trying to fight off Anders. Both of them are, unfortunately, right now they're out of points contention. But if either of them can catch Temmie in 15th place, we're back into the points leadership. So, as it stands right now, our top 5, and it looks like Nicky had a bit of an incident. He was right on the tail of Haney for a bit there, and now he's lost it, so he must have had a bit of an incident there. We got sideways and whatnot, but Haney just took off. So our top 3 are Haney, Nicky, Bulma, Tony Rubagello. Actually, I'm sorry, it's Haney, Nicky, Tony Rubagello, Renz, Petrol. I do love the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that our standings here, our time standings are actually more accurate than the game standings, because the game standings only update when they cross the start-finish line. Assetto Corsa, everybody. That being said, back to the action. Looks like Bulma is going to overtake Phenom going into the chicane, putting him back into 5th place. But he still has some time to catch up. He's got to go catch Renz now, which is a good 3 to 4 seconds ahead of him. Source going down to Rodillion. Like the McLaren's starting to pull away. No one likes this weather. This weather's terrible. Go to Source. Go to Spa, they said. It would be fun, they said. pretty much sums up the weather here today, ladies and gentlemen. Oops. Anyway, it looks like Boma is definitely pulling away from Phenom at this point. We're going to jump around here. Oop. Petrol. Nothing going on there either. Everyone's kind of falling to their pace now. Track's starting to grip up. Ooh. Sorry about that. Right now, Ren's flying through the Dillion. No question. Fast. Looks like Haney has definitely increased his lead over Nicky. Good 7 seconds at this point. Definitely a commanding lead. He's definitely shown great prowess on this track. Petrol chasing after Runes. Monolith trying to hold off Nico. Exo8, I'm sorry, Tumas chasing Exo. Not a whole lot of action going on right now. It kind of seems comfortable, though. It still seems like there's a battle between Anders and GTO Fire, but we're definitely going to keep an eye out for this one. Oh boy. We here at ACRL do like to have a little bit of fun. We're not all serious all the time. Occasionally crack jokes. Anyway, Anders still trying to find some sort of hole in GTO Fire, looking to try and take the outside in the chicane. Maybe, oh, GTO getting wide, going sideways and entering the track. And Anders takes him on the inside. That may be unsafe from rejoining the track. That may be something the race stewards will have to be looking at later, but no real incidents caused because of it, so they may overlook it with no issue. Itchy King, yes, that is Anders, also known as Twizzer. Very cool. Bow, GTO Fire, running wide on that curb. Oh man, the weather here is just so bad that you can't see anything coming down the Kemmel Straight. 17 laps in. Up. about 2/3 of the way through this through this race, give or take. Anders looks to be pulling away from GTO. GTO is doing a good job trying to hold him off, but doesn't look to be enough, unfortunately. Bile, another undercuts the pit time, unfortunately. That's going to be a penalty on him. The race stewards will be busy this week. So now comes the next battle here. There must be something going on with GTO Fire, because now we have coming up behind him Vaffel in the BMW, definitely making gains in these corners. Vaffel in the police car, chasing down the Ferrari. GTO must have something up with his car, because he's definitely not holding the corners as he should, because that BMW is closing fast. Running around here, Razor Child in the pits, not sure what he's doing, if he's just calling it a day. As to quote him earlier, this place, Spa sucks. You can all hate on him later, because we all know Spa is great, except in this weather. Alright, we're back to GTO here, and that BMW has definitely made some ground. We'll see what's going to happen here. Running over that rumble strip. Ferrari definitely having the power down that straightaway, but maybe not so much in the corners. Still on board with GTO Fire coming around turn 10 into 11. Up on board now with Vaffel. Chasing down that red and gray Ferrari. Oh, nothing going on there. Nothing going on with petrol, so our top 10 looks to be fairly boring. So Anders jumps into 13th place, so he's back in the points. GTO Fire is now in 14th place. And then Vaffel in 15th, but behind Vaffel now, we look like we got an Albert Sult. Yeah, Sultan in a McLaren, looking to make some waves here. He's definitely gaining on that BMW. The BMW looks like it's losing pace on the Ferrari. Interesting, nonetheless. Lap 19 for these drivers out of 26. Once again, this is, for those of you just joining this is ACRL, or the Assetto Corsa Racing League. This is round 4 of our 10 race series. This is currently EU Pro. We have a Pro-Am and an Am race currently going on our separate servers, but this is our premier. These are our premier races, a very, very competitive field here. Coming down the Kemmel Straight, all that fog, hard to see anything that's going on. We're gonna jump back over here to Joe Battle again. But we're probably going to jump here with Albert. Albert's chasing down that BMW. Oh, Anders gets sideways going into turn 11. That's going to give GTO Fire some room to catch up. But still, the battle's going to be watching here is between Vaffel and Albert. Vaffel's sitting in 15th place. He's our last, at 15th is our last place to get points. All these P's are killing me. Up on board here with Albert. McLaren definitely having the grip advantage through these corners. Albert might have the draft here on Vaffel, so let's see if he's going to slingshot around. Ooh, he's ducking the inside. Albert takes him. Is he attempting? Is Vaffel going to try and make another move? Nope, too far back. Hard on the brakes, going into the chicane. Running over that rumble strip. Down the straightaway to the source. 6 laps remaining here for this race. The BMW trying to make up some room in the braking zone, but is it going to be enough? Probably not. Down the straightaway into Rodillion. The GTO looks like, sorry, Anders pulling away from GTO Fire. Question will be, is Albert going to be gaining on a GTO Fire anytime soon? Move up to 4th place. Renz, looks like there was a battle going on between him and Boma, but it looks like it is subdued and we're past. We'll run down the field here. Oh, Tumas getting a little sideways there. So out front is Haney. The commanding 6-second lead. 2nd place, Nicky, also coming through the chicane here. 3rd place is Tony. 4th place, Renz. 5th place, Boma. 6th place is Phenom. 7th place, Rune. 8th place, Petrol. Looks like Petrol's making some headway on Rune. Come back to that one later. 9th place is Monolith. 10th place behind him is Tumas. We'll be seeing maybe Tumas is making some headroom on Monolith. 11th place is XO8. Temi in 12th. Anders 13th. GTO Fire 14th. And Albert Dalton in 5th place. That'll round out your top 15. Vaffel 16th. Robble 17th. 18th is Tobias. 19th is Sile. And the Lazy German is in 21st. Only with 13 laps. I just disappoint. Needless to say, it looks like Albert is making some time up here on GTO Fire. Let's see if GTO Fire can hold him off. Coming into the source. You can definitely tell these Ferraris definitely have the straightaway speed. Down to Rodillion. At this point, tires may be wearing down. Now with Albert. And we're going to go back here now. Looks like Renz and B. Boma, they're catching up to each other. Sorry, Boma is catching up to Renz. Tony Roll way out ahead. But I don't think we'll be seeing this happening anytime soon. Ooh, looks like Ren's running wide there. Probably give Boma a little bit of time to catch up into the braking zone. To watch as that McLaren fades into the distance as the Ferrari's just immense power pushes through that straightaway. But coming in, the source. Looks like Bowman's going to have a slightly better line, but definitely not that exit corner speed. Wow, look at that thing go. Dillion. Both drivers keeping it clean. Ooh, bit of a cut there from Boma. Hopefully you don't hear the background noise that's going on. Battles. This is probably our closest battle, but we'll jump back here to GTO Fire. Oh, and we have an incident. I don't know if GTO Fire spun or what happened there, but something happened. That may or may not be an incident. Looks like GTO Fire gonna get in front of Vaffel again. Into La Source. Front. These two. Renz and Boma definitely going to be watching this. This is for 4th place. I would say unless there's something major happening, Haney's probably going to be our 1st place victor, followed by Nikki and Tony rounding out the podium. Peas are killing me today. Ooh, what a battle we got going on right here. Renz desperately trying to hold off Boma. For an opening. Trying to go wide. Not gonna find it. Hard on the brakes. Boma going for the outside. Then in the inside. Who's going to better the exit line speed? Oh, someone's getting boxed out. That might have been a slight hit there. Looks as if Boma takes over 4th place from Renz. We'll see. Coming down into the Dillion. The Ferrari is definitely going to have the speed advantage and the draft advantage, so he might be able to retake him going down the Kemmel Straight. Ooh. Oh, a slight tap there, it looked like. The Ferrari slightly pulling ahead. Coming into the braking zone. Hard on the brakes. McLaren holds it to the inside. Both of them. Clean racing by both drivers. Very good. But it looks like the McLaren's going to start taking this away. It does have the better grip through these corners. Definitely can maintain a little bit more speed. Oh. And Renz getting sideways, going wide. I think that's it for him. Boma's going to start taking this one unless something major happens. We're going to see where all the other action's at here. It looks like Monolith and Tumas are starting to gain on each other, but not enough to warrant a battle viewing. Yo Fire's still back there. Vaffel still chasing him. Rommel coming down into Dillion. Extra weight right behind him. Tobias through Source. Style through the chicane. Nico in the pits. And Razorchild still being lazy. Well, I think our next battle we might want to be watching is between Monolith and Dumas. We're getting a little close here to the end of the race. Haney, it does appear will be our victor, barring any major incidents. Down the back section of the course. Head into the chicane. Let's see if Dumas can make up any headway on Monolith here. Guys are neck and neck. Not enough distance between those two people. Almost still like he's pulling away from Rennes. Doesn't look like there's anything much going on. Albert's still holding on to his 13th position. As well as Anders moving up to 12th. So I think we're just gonna keep our eyes here on Monolith and Tumas, the battle for 9th place. Maybe our best bet at seeing some action here at the end of this race. Haney coming around. Actually, we're going to follow along with him for a little bit. Final lap for him. He has done quite well. Held his own. Forget if he was our pole sitter or not. Let me check on that one. No, he was our second place driver. He has qualified second a lot of times and then just dominated during the race. A very consistent driver overall. It's good to see that here. Very clean driving by a lot of our drivers this time around. This track is definitely wow, brain train gone. Train of thought derailed. This track is ripe for incidents. I myself had a major one last season, and I have yet to live it down. Haha, self jab. Oh, Haney here on turn 10, heading to the back section of the track. Third sector, I guess you could call it. Round turn 12. Wuhan. I don't even know how to say that. Wuhan? Wuhan. Either way. The 13 and 14. I will tell you I have not practiced nearly enough for this track. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to start into our final. I think that I'm almost 100% sure, so 99.95% sure this is our final lap here. Once again, ACRL has some sort of bizarre lapping system, so not much we can do with that. Up to our best judgment. And hopefully this is Haney's last lap. Coming across the line, looks to be slowing down. There we go. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. First place is Haney, followed by Nicky. Followed by Tony Rubigello. We'll jump back here. Where was that battle? So this is our last lap. We're going to see here Monolith and Tobias. Let's see if Monolith can hold off Tumas. See these last few corners. Definitely a battle to be watching. Looks as if we are going to looks like Monolith is going to be able to hold off Tumas this last lap, unless Tumas is going to attempt some sort of dive bomb, which he thought better of. So with that, 9th and 10th place go to Monolith and Tumas. Temi and Anders coming around here. Looks like Temi's going to be able to hold off Anders, though. And Temi takes 11th. Anders takes 12th. Right behind him is Albert, followed by GTO Fire, followed by Vaffle. Feel bad for GTO. He definitely had a rough race this time around. So Vaffle finishing off in 15th place. We'll round out our points getters. Robble coming around his final lap. Exoate, followed by Tobias in 18th. Style will be your 19th. Nico takes 20th, and the Lazy German takes 21st. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's that'll round out our event here. My name is Complex. This has been the round 4 here of the ACRL GT3 EU Pro. And as Pseudonym said here, if any of you hadn't clicked on that link, we'll pull this up here for you to give you an idea just how badly this went last season. So I don't know what this is. Here's the quality finally. Well, last season I drove a Skyline. You can just see the fun that we had here. Into La Source, and I just decided to take out the entire pack. Good times had by all. So that being said, that ends our event here at Spa. I want to thank everybody for joining us. It's been fun. We'll see you guys in a few hours for the NA Pro League. That one should also be a boatload of laughs, because if it's anything like last season and our practice session from earlier in the week, NA is going to have a grand old time. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This has been the ACRL Season 4, Round 4, here at Spa. I bid